Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Let's take another look here at Ethereum, see what's going on. We can see a nice little breakout from this local resistance, that 0.618 fib level. Generally speaking, you want to look for a bullish backtest of that support range before you take your next trade. But obviously there's a lot of things that can and should happen between now and then. Wouldn't be surprised if we see just a little bit more of a continuation than a significant pullback, just based on the simple fact that Bitcoin has been faking out a lot of traders with its up and down price action. Quick congrats on our community here, of course, for some nice profits on our SEI and SUI trades. Those are quick shorts, honestly, folks. If you saw my analysis from yesterday, we got to play the margins a lot tighter than usual, just based on the simple fact that we're seeing a lot of range-bound manipulative patterns. And until those ranges are broken, we got to presume they're going to continue. So at this point, a short in the 109 to 110K range for Bitcoin just makes sense. I'm just spitballing that. I'm not saying you should do that per se, but for the most part, it wouldn't be surprising if we see a resistance or rejection out that local resistance range. What does all that mean here for Ethereum? Well, let's take a look and find out. Please hit the like button before we get started. Really deeply appreciate that. Take a look though. Here's the thing. 2650 to 2700 is at heavy concentration here locally. That's been here for a while. It's just above the local high. So it does make a lot of sense here that July 3rd rather. Roughly 5 days ago, we hit this level of 2650. So a breakout above that price range right now makes a lot of sense to me. It's just kind of what I'm thinking here in the overall sense. Liquidation long delta is super high, so you're better off not shorting this coin just yet. And we can also see as well 2600 is that point of control we've blasted through. So a potential retest of 2600 might be a good consideration for a long, just once again based on overall back-end data here. Taking a look here though, of course, jumping into the daily time frame, we are above all moving averages. Things are looking pretty nice here with this coin. Ethereum's looking very strong. We're above all moving averages. Stochastic RSI swinging up over 50 on the RSI, money flow index right there with it. Pretty much everything I like to look for in the 4-hour time frame, the daily time frame, letting me know that we're in good shape here. Now, when we take a look here at the closer time frames, this is a 4-hour time frame. We're above all moving averages as well, so we're honoring our ascending trend line here, just kind of working ourselves into a nice higher high and higher low pattern. Okay. We also got somewhat of a bullish type of cup and handle pattern. I'll update our playout chart to reflect this, but just a quick little, kind of give you some quick perspective here. This is kind of what we're looking at here for a pretty decent little continuation here, right? Oftentimes you see cup and handle patterns break out like this, so further upside would make sense based on this play out. But once more, you don't take trades based on a chart pattern. But I do recommend and would think you should consider a long more so than a short at this point, based on the simple fact that everything is so far so bullish. Now, Bitcoin could pull back and Ethereum with it, but if we look at Ethereum chart versus Bitcoin chart, Ethereum is performing a lot better in the overall sense. So to me, catching a pullback here, this local high of maybe 2600 might be a good consideration for along with that bullish backtest of that essentially that resistance level. So ideally, in a perfect world, we wait until today's candlestick closes to confirm this kind of trade. If you are curious about our chart patterns, there's obviously some good chart patterns in here. Cup and handle, I think, has a pretty high success rate, if I'm not mistaken. It may not be in here. I'll have to add that there, but generally speaking, we want to be mindful of that, and also be mindful, this may be a power 3 setup here, and I'll double check to see and confirm if that is the case. Either way, mostly positive signs here, so unless Bitcoin rips to the downside, I think Ethereum is more likely to continue higher up. So all good signs here for this coin. Not a lot of coins have this kind of confluence, and this is a good sign. All right, hopefully that makes sense. I described it correctly. Thanks again so much for being an amazing part of my life. You do want to become a better part of our community there. CryptoCache.tech is a site, link down below. Be sure to check that out. A lot of new members coming over. Make sure in our Discord you read through our trade alerts so you know specifically what I'm thinking when I take my trades that I do, so you can kind of learn from it, right? The whole concept is for you to educate yourself and being a better trader, a little bit more consistent. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, though. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.